Let's be real, trading is risky and there's no guaranteed way to win big. Making money in the market is not hard, but doing it consistently is. And consistent success in trading is all about getting your mind in the game. That's where trading psychology comes in. No need for a million indicators, just a system that works. And that's exactly what you'll get at Pennyboy Stock Alerts. We give you access to custom indicators, stock and crypto alerts, master classes, and more. And the best part, we've got over 50 free classes waiting for you in our free Discord. So what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for, guys? Check it out. Hi, it's Amma Jamma. That's the first time I've ever watched that little ad, so I was enthralled in it. Good job, Mr. What the Duck. All right, let's get going here. We had Tesla earnings. We'll talk about Tesla first today. Oh, that is not Tesla. I don't know what I just typed in, but it's definitely not Tesla. I'm actually going to pull up my chart on trading view that I have on Tesla after we go over a couple of these numbers. We're down about 8.5%. Anyone that knows, I've been talking very bearish about Tesla overall, but just for today's purposes, this wick low, that's pretty much what I'm looking at. On the downside, I don't think there's too much. We should get a little bit. We should get our 25% retracement today. That's my guess. So I'm looking about this area right here for a push starting up a little bit here. And if that was our relative bottom from our sell-off that we were at right there, we would expect to see a push up to about 168.75. That's about the level I'm looking at for a break and a hold of 168.75 is where I would kind of like a bullish entry. So we'll make that purple because we know that's our 25% retracement right there. And J-Wag is in the house. What's up, J-Wag? How are you? How is everybody? Tell me your names on the Discord. Let's get some comments going here. Let's get them going. And then I'm also watching this little downtrend line here. Now, quick little Tesla overview of what I think we're doing and where I think we're going. I'm going to pop to my trading view chart that I was sharing in the Discord. Now, if anyone used this chart to buy puts, you could see we're at this very, very interesting place right here. All right, guys. And I'm going to go quick over this. I know this is live trading, but this is kind of my pick of the week right here. If you look, I mean, you can see this triple bottom in full effect right where we're at now. We filled our first gap for the 6.5% sell-off down to this first trend line here. Now, if we flip this from the 4-hour to the daily, if we don't pick up support here, let's flip this thing to the daily chart, guys. And you're going to notice what this is the gap fill here. If we put on regular candles instead of these stupid Heikinashis, there we go. There's our gap fill. All right. It's not showing our sell-off, obviously, but we know it came down to here. We know we're sitting at this line here. We are getting precariously close to where we will start filling that gap. And that's another 10% down at that point. I've written about it. If anyone wants a little bit of my thesis write-up, DM me in the Discord. I've talked about it quite a bit. I've definitely been very, very bearish sentiment on Tesla coming into this earnings here for many, many reasons. And the first reason is they produced 10% more cars than they sold in the last year. No ifs, ands, or buts. Supply and demand. The demand is lower. They have to lower the prices of the car. I think they said they're whatever the cheap model is, I think it's the Model S, they lowered to $33K. I mean, it's cheaper than the used Teslas, guys. It's just something to look at, something to think. So let me flip back to the 4-hour here, just so we could see it. And again, this is the daily gap. The only reason you could see it, it was the after hours overnight earnings from last time on January 23rd. There is a gap sitting there. We're sitting right perfect. I would have put puts out. I'm not going to put puts out as a lotto play. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't do it. We'll play it today, though. We'll see what happens. So just keep this chart in mind. Anyone that wants this chart, DM me on the inbox. I've got a whole write-up about Tesla I could send you guys. That's where we're looking. We're at a major, major point of confluence right where we're at right now. So anyway, let's flip back to this chart. Knowing that we have that confluence going on and that's where we're sitting, that's where I feel pretty strong back above, say 169, 168.75. That's kind of the area we're looking at. And the first area we're looking at would be 166.82. So this is the area I'm looking at playing on a bullish side with your safer entry and your riskier entry. So we've got both entries. We've got our riskier entry, our safer entry. As far as the loss of trend and the loss at wick low, let me look at the exact price so I could tell you. Low is 163.91. So let's go back to this. And I think we have a little bit to get there. 164.12. So, I mean, we came 20 cents from it, guys. Like, perfect bounce. So let's watch that 163.91. Let's edit this line to exactly 163.91. And we will see what happens from there, guys, as the market opens. That's our line right there, 163.91. Let's put the red on there. We lose that. We've got, I believe, over the course of the next few days, that we can see that 10% fill and eat up that gap like no one's business. And you better believe it. We get back down to 145 again. 100's wishful thinking, but I am loading the boat at 136. I don't know about 145. We might end up with another leg down. 136 to 140, that range. This is my buy zone. This is where I start adding right here. All right. So this is my accumulation zone right here. I'll put some green in there. And this is heavy accumulation. Of course, if we don't come down to that area, I'll still play a bullish side here and there, but that's my accumulation zone, guys. Just to watch out. Let's move on from here. I know we're day trading. I just wanted you guys to get a little insight on Tesla. If you want me not to do that anymore, I won't. I want to do what you guys want. I figured you guys like to have that information because I've really played Tesla a lot. So I kind of had a lot of a lot of different ideas with the tendencies, and I have been very, very bearish since last earnings as to what we're going to get this earnings. Anyway, let me take a breath. All right, yesterday's SPY played out absolutely perfectly, guys. If you took the bullish entry, you hit about, I think I had 3 different DMs. They hit like 200 to 300% on 0 DTE, 1 DTE, 2 DTEs on the SPY. You could have waited for the confirmation and the second push back up and just ran all day. Love to see it. Anyway, this line I'm keeping. We're just going to pull it down a little bit. We'll extend it out to this wick low, and that's what we're watching today is this line here. All right, because we did gap out and we ate every bit of yesterday's run. We're back down to 414. So, all right. And now let's, so I'm looking at that area there. I'm pulling down a little bit though. I'm going to say about 410.65 to 70. We want to see a loss of that zone here. All right. And then we could play that. We should pick up some resistance on the follow through for downtrend around 410. So this is a pretty risky zone. This is the gray zone. This is do not play it if you're a new trader. This is the zone of very, very risky. Be ready to sell quick. We could pick up that support quite quick there. We're going to pop this line green because this is my bullish line right there. All right. And this is a pretty contained zone today. This is 410.80, 70, about a $1.40. So I don't think I'm going to necessarily, no, you know what? We'll do it. We'll put our bounce zones on too. So let's say if we pick up support around that 410.75, then I want to see us back above 411 for that call entry. We did this yesterday. It worked out beautifully. You guys know we go green and we go dotted on that. You guys can use whatever you want on your charts if you're charting along. I know a lot of people like to chart along with me. And then if we pick up some resistance there, we're going to do about right here, pull down to this wick for a put entry on rejection. All right. I'm always going to use the same line, same colors, everything else. So this is our risky put zone. This is our safer put zone below our wick low 410 exactly. 410.75 to 410. We could play a little bit of a fall off there. Of course, we'll be trading this as the market opens. Don't you worry about that. And on the bullish side, we got 412 exactly, and we've got the rejection and the loss of 411.75. And then if we put this on the 5-minute, we can also see we've got a little bit of a trend line here. This is for you, the real risky ballsy traders with this right here. We've got this little trend line right here. If we're to break that where we keep hitting our head with some lower lows, that's an interesting area as well. So we're definitely watching this. I'm going to watch it. I'm just popping that line on. It's not really anything special. What this downtrend line is, we've established 4 bounces off that. I don't count this 8 o'clock wick. You guys know that. We don't count that wick. Never, ever, when you're charting, count the 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern wick. It's not real. Most people can't even get fills at those prices. It's a bunch of bullshit. To draw right through that. All right, guys? Like, seriously. Anyway, so here, that's what we got. That's what we're looking at, and we shall go from there. Let's check our top runners of the day. We got a Tesla chart. We know what we want to do with Tesla. We know what we want to do with the SPY. That's what we're watching for. And of course, it's our riskier call entry back on Tesla. with the safer entry above our purple line. And then here's our, this is our wick low area. So we got our Tesla as well. All right, let's look at our top runners of the day. We only got 4 minutes. AUGX, little curly Q. I love it. Looks like it wants to fill out some cup and handle action here. I actually love what this chart's looking like here. Let me check the float. I always got to know our floats. You know that, especially with the chart I really, really love. 34 mil, nothing exquisitely exciting, but that's okay. So I do like it. I do like an entry on this above 5, let's say. What's our peak wick candles? 1.6, 1.3. We want to see 5 million the first 2 candles. That's all there is to it. We have to see that for any sort of sustainability. If you pop this on, I'm guessing we're sitting right around 25% retracement, not even. Let's pop a purple line right at that 25. I know this says 23.6. That's why I always try this line slightly below instead of editing every time, because Weeble sucks. We know purple's retracement. There's our retracement line. We want to stay above that wick low of that red candle for continuation, because you know that we get the no-no zone. We start floating into 38% retracement. We don't want to touch it till that golden fibs. Oh, I should probably pop that on as well for you guys, just so you've got it for the rest of the day. All right, golden fibs, 260, 259, right about there. As always, golden fibs yellow. And let's delete this because I cannot stand a cluttered chart. If you are, I was looking at this, it was cracking me up. And it was literally, if you have 9,000 lines on your chart, like, you know, clean your charts, delete it all, and restart, because it's there's no way there's that many support and resistance zones. So, you know, the cleaner the chart, the better the chart. All right, we got a little wedge coming on here, drop line through here, and look where we're at right now. This is kind of what I'm watching on this, because again, that's the 7 o'clock line, so I'm not over excited about that. You know our wedge thoughts. You know we would prefer to see a bounce come down. We really would. I would love to see a test of, let's say, 50 with a bounce. If we get that, we're taking the play as we break back into our trend line, like usual. You guys will learn my tricks and tips. We take that entry back in this area here, and there we go. If we come down, bounce this area here, or if we bounce a little lower, that's where we're going to take that entry, or on a rip back up. You got to be very, very careful. Right about 56 cents, but please be careful with that entry, because as you know, with a wedge, we get the impulsive move first, unless you got some hot keys going on and you're able to buy and sell quick. You could get bull trapped if this rips up first immediately. So we got AUGX, GETR, UICH. I didn't really want to chart this one, but we will. It's fine. We're running out of time. I wanted to try to get to CTXI, but I'm not going to. It's okay though. So we've got a little bit of a descending wedge here. Usually these break bullish. This is actually a decent setup. I like it above 230. So we're watching right about this area here for an entry. And that's about all I can go on to depth on that one, because we've got 1 minute till the market opens. And all right, I was catching up with all your guys' comments because it's whipping through there pretty quick. Let's see what these are starting to act like. I'm going to pop back on that 1 minute. I want to see my candles. If you're a newer trader and you don't understand why I want to see my candles on the 1 minute, flip to the 5. You can trade the 5. I have reasons I like the 1 on my momentum trades. So, all right, we're ready to go here. I'm a little disappointed I didn't put those Tesla puts out. I can't even lie, guys, but I don't want to expose us to that kind of risk. All right, market's open. Ding, ding, ding. Let's go. All right, I'm going to check this AUGX. We're going to flip between both. I'm actually going to lower this down to about 345 entry. That's about it. I'm going to pop the SPY. We've got AUGX. All right, what do we got with the SPY here? And Tesla. All right, here we go. Ooh, big soft candle already on Tesla. So remember, we're watching this area here. Let me make it a little thicker so you guys know. And again, you remember where this line is at 163.91. That was our wick low from our last low. It's a very, very telling line. I think we might get a little indecision. We could trade quite sideways on Tesla. What are these puts up? They're only up 100%. So we need this is a Oliver, leave her alone. Sorry if you just heard my dog growling. This is a perfect indication of why it sucks. It sucks to do these earnings plays. You had to get an 8% move for 100%. And even less. I mean, if you were a little for 100, 110% by the ones you would have played here. So sorry, my dog's growling, guys. She's being bad. Anyway, so that's what we're watching here. And let me pop back on the SPY and we'll watch for 1 second. All right. So, okay, what are we going to do here? We're going to pop through these 5 charts. We got 5 charts. I really hope we get something. Yesterday, as soon as we popped into that Discord, we had some really, really strong trades. Absolutely rip. We had some really nice profitability across the board on some trades. I'm not usually a, ooh, we're so great. Look what we did. But we've been really crushing the live trading this week, knock on wood. And it's been pretty fun. We have had a couple losses. And I'm very, very tempted to, let's see what SPY is doing here. All right, SPY is pushing up a little bit here, looking a little interesting. Tesla is a little undecided sideways. Remember, I like this Tesla. If we do to any Tesla calls, I'm going to go with the 170 for $1.80. 170 for $1.80. That's just the contract I am doing personally. 170 call at 180. That's the one, and it expires this week. I'll put it up on the screen. There we go. And I am buying one, just one. And I filled at 183. And again, I'm good with this pulling all the way back. Here's what I'm talking about. I would prefer to see this pull back to about here and take that next step up. That's what I want to see. I don't necessarily need this second candle to push right now because impulse candles like that aren't necessarily an instance of strength. They can be very much bull trap. There we go. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Let's go. And just like that, we went from 180. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get a sell here. We went from 180 to 233. So 30, 40, 50 cents on that. Not bad. I'm personally up right now about 20%. And if I was only in one contract, this is where I would strongly consider taking a sell. It could have been a 2-wick 35% rip just to come all the way back down. Very, very strong candles here. Again, I want to see, this isn't really as much of an impulse candle, but I would love to see this second candle. It was 35% rip. I want to see this candle within the next minute to minute and a half. We want to be back above this area right here. That's what we want to see. It's okay that it's dipping down now, but we need to reclaim that and make that nice second move immediately because that was a 20 to 35% rip in 2 candles on Tesla there. So we need to see that push right back up. And this is what I'm talking about. You got to have them hot fingers ready to buy and sell, guys. Let's see what SPY is doing. All right, so SPY did rip against above that zone here. I was tempted to do the SPY calls, chose Tesla instead. It's okay. I'm not going to chase into SPY on this candle here. There's no way I will do that. And that's exactly what I wanted to see with Tesla. Now we need this next candle to push and rip over that 167.85. But it does give you that second chance to get out with 10 or 15% profits if you're only in like one. So, I mean, it isn't even, it's a delay. And I agree with that, Jeremy. I'm sorry. There is about a 15-second delay and it's Thursday. I mean, the reality is these contracts, like the first minute contract, these ripped from 164. I bought at 170. They were from 170 to 220 in that minute candle. That I apologize. That's why I try to give you guys those levels before, because even if you had set to buy here, you should be up 10 to 12%. So I do try to give you the levels as well that we're watching. So that way you're able to make that decision along with it. No, there's no excuses for that. I'm just being very honest with why I give the levels. 243, we're up about 35% here. And what we liked about this green is we bounced off of our support line here that we wanted to see. That's exactly what we wanted to see on Tesla here. Now I want to see a continuous rip of the next couple candles, or I do believe we end up selling off pretty deep here. All right, so SPY came up, it hit our green, and now it's coming crossing through this red. But I'm not necessarily taking puts here because of the way this acted. I want to see us pull back to this area here without the ability to reclaim it, to take a put. And remember, we're not taking a put on candle one anyway. We're waiting for a candle to open below our put entry line. So do not take it just because it peaked below like that. All right. And there's Tesla absolutely ripping. These contracts are now at $2.45 from $1.80 entry. Even if you took the 220 entry, I mean, you're up now, you're up 15 to 20%. So it's much less about the entry than the move of the chart. Plus, again, right at the beginning of the stream, we gave our bull entry right here. That's all I was playing off of. I took it a little quicker. I took it like right here instead of right there, but still very same scenario, same situation. I know they move fast, guys. I'm trying to get these out as quick as possible. Kroger's back green. Love to see that. Love to see that. All right. All right. What's SPY doing? All right. So SPY is coming back down. We still haven't had that candle open below our put entry, guys. Do not buy puts here, please. Remember that. We are just ripping. Hit up a 254 on this one. Very nice. Very nice. But between 35-40%. All right, this point here, anyone who plays scaling in and scaling out, this is where I would personally be down to a quarter of your contracts. Doesn't matter if you have 8 or you have 4. If you have 4, 1. If you have 8, down to 2, vice versa, so on and so forth. And I talk about that a lot in my streams, guys, about you want to play the ratio in comparison to your account, not how many contracts I buy. Because if you have a 25K account and I have a 5K account, you're not going to be happy only buying $100 worth of contracts. You know what I mean? Whereas I might only be buying $100 worth of contracts. It's a very, ratio versus amount of contracts. SPY looks like it wants to hold up here. I like an entry again above 411.85. So we're getting very close to it. If we take SPY, it's 412. It's at 85 cents right now. 412, 85 cents for the SPY. 412, 85 cents. That's the SPY contract right there. I want to see us push this green candle. And at that point, I will personally start scaling out about 9% right there. I know we're on a delay, guys. I'm giving you the quickest I can here, especially on a Thursday. These things rip fast. Yes, I do think Tesla could be a rinse and repeat, but also I think it could absolutely be a little bit of a trap. All right, so the Tesla contracts just hit. Let me check this so I could tell you guys. 270 off of our $1.80 entry is exactly 50%, just like that. 5 minutes, 270. And there's our SPY contracts starting to rip up about 12-13% right there. And on these, this is where I personally start to scale out and I go down to about 1 or 2. And this area here gets to be danger zone. We don't want it to fall below that lower line there, or we start to get really risky where we're just getting a little bit of a bump, just come down hard. Let's check our top gainers. We got AUGX selling off, didn't even hit entry, lost their 25% retracement. Ooh, you know what we did with this one, though. Anyone who took this trade, you're in at about 52 cents. We're up to 56 right now, 7-8%. Did exactly what we wanted to see. Remember, we take that entry as we break back into our wedge. We get our dip and our rip. 5 steps of playing a trend-based breakout trade. We've got our impulsive move down, our retest back up, our consolidation, our confirmation, and then our continuance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We make a whole lot of money. I'm gonna have to come up with a 5 steps to playing a trend song. I'm gonna have to make up a song because it's just so fun. So those did hit about, I think it was like, what did I say? 270, up exactly 50%. Let's see what SPY's doing. Hanging out sideways, had about 10, 12% on the board here. I'm not liking the candles right here though. I personally am only in one, and I'm looking at a stop loss below this box here. And only when a candle opens and closes below that box, remember that. It's okay. Profits are profits. These are nasty, nasty, volatile trades. This is not, the kind of trading where you like let it rip and open yourself up to immense risk. I'm playing with a very small amount of my account, and I can leave a runner because of that. And we talked a lot, and we'll go more into this on the Discord. I've been talking a little bit about how to buy more contracts and, and looking at your delta and why delta doesn't really matter for the purpose we're looking at. It does matter, but I'll explain it more. I'll go over that tomorrow, guys, in the Discord. Oh, today's Discord for our day trading workshop, which is at noon Central. Anyone who's a free member and really wants to learn, come check us out. I might be able to help you out with a little discount there. And we'll do some Fibonacci retracement, and I'll also talk a little bit about that buy-in system. We did do Greeks a few weeks ago, but we didn't really talk about buy-ins with a small account. We'll go through those today on our stream. There we go, SPY. There we go. All right, our contracts hit. I'm missing the tops of the cells here. They hit 97 cents, though. Really nice from 85. About 10, 12% there. I like what I'm seeing now. Now we're sitting at a pretty major area of confluence, though. As you remember here, this green line, I don't even know where it came from. Oh, wick high from pre-market. So we want to get up over that area, guys. We want to get up over that area. We don't want to see that hard rejection. So we had our impulse candle, couldn't quite push it. We need our next to really, really try to rip. Higher wick lows all the way through. Like to see that too. All right. And Tesla's hanging out sideways a little bit. We had a nice little rip here. I've got one contract left, as I said. But I'm watching pretty closely here. We're losing a little bit of volume as well. We need to have volume. Start picking up some. So, and then we will check our top gainers. All right, let's see here. So we hit 58 cents from that 52-cent entry. It's about 10% there, not terrible. So now what do we want to see? We want to see this become support. We want to see this angled trend line become support with a secondary push up. So we want to see something like that. If we do see that and you missed your first entry, I like a second entry above about 55.5 cents. Only if we come down, take that bounce. Not on this candle, not immediately right here. I want to see us pull down to at least 53 cents in order to do that. UIHC, there we go. We are coming very, very close to an entry on this. We have that descending triangle. I didn't give you guys the entry of bouncing off our bottom and then taking it, unfortunately, but this is where we're at right now. I kind of want to see this candle pull back a little bit too. I'd love to see it pull back to about 224 and then a slingshot back up over that entry. And back to our recently viewed. SPY's hanging out, being chill. Tesla's hanging out. Tesla looks like it's ready for a next leg up. Remember, what's that purple line? This is major. We break and hold this purple line, we can have a nice little rip today. Full disclosure, that does not mean I believe we immediately reverse and rip for the next week on Tesla. That's not what I'm saying. We will see what happens because we are at a major, major point of confluence. We flip that to our trading view. Triple bottom here. I mean, if we go back even more, it's a quad. It's a quad here. Plus we had the nasty earnings. If we take a bounce here, we legit need to see that push back up over 169.50. Let's give 169.50 with a hold before I'd even think about being bullish. And we need to break back into this trend. So we've got our wick low 169.50 here, right in this area here. Plus we've got this long-term, this little wedge we're in. So it's just something to watch. Just something to watch. I already had it charted out. That time flip. I prefer trading view, guys. Sorry. So Tesla just had a wicked, wicked candle. We just hit, what do we just hit on that candle? 271 again. Same price. Gotta love that theta. Same price, even with that wick that much higher. Looks like it wants to break though, as I said. And again, that's our 25% retracement. So it's a big level we're sitting at here. So we've got, and in closing, before we pop on over to Discord in a couple minutes here, we got Tesla floating around 35%, right, and 40% right now, hit a high of 50%. Even if you didn't get in till our entry at the green candle, you should be up 25% by now. Remember that one candle. If I expect that one candle to make or break a trade, I would never give you guys the trade. SPY ripping. Let's effing go, baby. That's what we want to see. There's 35% on the SPY. Let's go. I'm scaling out of some SPY here. I am down to uno contracts on the SPY. I will let you know my sell as soon as I get it filled. One second. And my fill was 108. Sorry, 107. All right, I'm going to pop on over to Discord. I'm in one SPY. I'm in one Tesla. We know what we're watching. I will see you guys over there. If you're not part of our Discord, the big money's made over there. DM me, Amajama, in the Discord. Again, our Discord is right here. And let me remove that, and you can see it. Discord.gg/pennyboys. Bye. See you there.